Hey everyone, welcome to Anniverscraft. This is the place where anime, manga, and manhwa stories come to life through immersive storytelling. From action-packed arcs to dark, magical worlds, if you love epic plots and unforgettable characters, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the journey. Let's dive into the stories that move us.
Even though she was only in E rank, Han Song-ye stood firm, shielding Sung Jinna with trembling fists. Fear churned in her gut, but she wouldn't step aside, not now. Song-ye, no? Na tried to pull her back, her voice sharp with panic. From the shadows behind them, a guttural voice growled. Is it that human? An orc snarled, pointing a jagged claw at Song-ye. But another orc shook its head slowly, eyes narrowing as it fixed its gaze on Jinna. No, there's a stronger magic source. That one. He raised his axe high its edge, catching the dim sunlight as he lunged toward Jinna. Time froze. The girls couldn't even scream. Death loomed, then from beneath their feet, three massive figures erupted from the shadows. Boom! Three high orcs emerged, cloaked in a bright red aura and shadowy smoke, intercepting the axe with brutal force. Yina and Song-ye gasped, eyes wide in disbelief. Yina's heart pounded wildly. Appa, she whispered, hope flooding her chest. One of the high orcs turned toward the attacking orc and sent it flying with a single thunderous punch. The orc crashed into the far wall unmoving. The remaining green-skinned creatures froze. Their snarls died in their throats. Whatever courage they had was crushed under the sheer pressure of the high orc's presence. The shadows standing before Jinna and Song-ye weren't just monsters, they were guardians. Unstoppable. Meanwhile, deeper in the dungeon, the hunter team clashed with a twin-headed ogre in a savage, well-coordinated battle. Steel rang against bone. Magic tore through the air. Through seamless teamwork, the beast was brought down. Park Jong-soo turned to Sung Jin Wu. If that thing had shown up at the start of the raid, Jong-soo muttered, we wouldn't have had it so easy. No sooner had he spoken than dozens of undead began to rise from the ground, their eyes glowing with eerie malice. You jinxed it, man, a frontliner shouted, panic rising. What now? We pushed forward. The air thickened with dread until something strange happened. The undead froze. Then they began to tremble. They weren't attacking. They were retreating. What the hell? Gasped one of the hunters. They're scared? From the rear of the party, Sung Jin Wu narrowed his eyes, sensing something. His connection pulsed. A signal from the high orc's eye left with Jinna. Without hesitation, he turned to Jong-soo. I have to go. Now, Jong-soo's face turned pale. What? Can't hold this place without you, Hunter Sung. You must understand. But Jin Wu was already moving. I'll send someone, he said, his voice calm but commanding. Someone you can trust as much as me. With a flick of his hand, shadow magic swirled at the front line. From the darkness emerged Beru. Gasps echoed around the chamber. That's the Ant King from Jeju Island. Even the most hardened hunters stepped back, awe and fear mingling in their eyes. No need for introductions, Jin Wu said coolly. You know who he is, turned to Beru. Protect the humans. Beru tilted his head, claws twitching. And the non-humans. Jin Wu's gaze didn't waver. Do as you please. With that, he turned his back to the stunned hunters. A horde of undead stood in his way. He raised his voice, filled with raw authority. Don't get in my way. The dungeon fell into silence. Then every undead fell to their knees. Path cleared before him. Even Jin Wu paused, taken aback. What is this? Am I higher class necromancer than the one who controls them? Without wasting another second, he summoned Kaisel, the shadow wyvern, and leaped onto its back. To my sister, he commanded. Kaisel let out a deafening screech and took off like a bullet, surging toward Jinna at full speed. Above the battlefield, Jin Wu activated Domain of the Monarch, boosting every shadow soldier's stats by 50%. The monarch was moving. Back at the school, the tides had turned. Hunter Sung Jin Wu, whose shadow soldiers 3, towering high orcs now, clashed head-on with the invading green-skinned orcs. The battlefield shook with every strike, the air thick with magic and steel. Jinna tried to push forward, heart racing as she searched the chaos for her brother, but one of the high orcs blocked her path with a massive arm, its crimson aura blazing like fire. It pointed ahead, silent, firm. More enemies were coming. Inside the school's gate, a dreadful shift took place. The restraints on the boss had vanished. From the depths of the gate stepped Guruktaru, the chieftain of the Red Blade tribe. An orc scout knelt before him, breath ragged. Chief, 3 high orc warriors are fighting to protect the humans. Guruktaru's crimson eyes burned. 3. The chieftain's lips curled into a snarl. Pathetic. While our warriors fallen so low, they tremble before just 3. He rose to his full height, muscles rippling, axe glowing with menace. Lead the way, he growled. Meanwhile, back inside the Arank dungeon, Jin Wu had left Beru in command. His shadow soldiers had filled every corridor, every crevice. They moved like phantoms, their presence stifling. The hunters watched in terror. None dared move. Even breathing felt dangerous. Park Jong-soo gritted his teeth. We can't abandon the raid, not now. If we turn back here, the media outside will eat us alive. His thoughts spun. Just because we're afraid of some summons? Suddenly Beru appeared before him. Without a sound, Jong-soo flinched, sweat breaking across his brow. He couldn't even speak. Then dashed just as suddenly Beru vanished again. A second. Later, he reappeared and dropped something at Jong-soo's feet. Thud. A severed head. Rolling to a stop, the head of a death knight. The strongest monster they'd faced so far, eliminated in an instant. The hunters gasped. Before Jong-soo could speak, Beru gave a silent signal to his Shadow Legion and advanced deeper into the dungeon. The previously terrified hunters looked at the head, then at each other. Without a word, they surged forward, racing to claim the riches this dungeon promised. Park Jong-soo stood stunned as his guildmates stormed past him. They weren't afraid anymore. They were inspired by fearsome power. Back at the school, the high orcs engaged the Red Blade chieftain in a brutal 3-on-1 melee. Swords clashed, auras flared. The ground quaked beneath them, but it was clear the high orcs stood no chance, no matter how many times they were cut. Down, they rose again, undying. The chieftain snarled. His eyes narrowed. They're moving by magic. His gaze snapped toward Jinna. Then I just need to destroy the summoner. Seize her, he roared. His tribe surged forward, launching attacks to keep the high orcs pinned. Amid the chaos, the chieftain closed in on Jinna before she could run. He grabbed her by the neck, lifting her off the ground. So it was you, he growled. I can feel it, your magic. His grip tightened. Then stopped. Something was coming, something terrifying. A tremor filled the air. A massive shadow loomed. The chieftain dropped Jinna and backed away, instincts screaming. Through the dust and wind, a draconic roar echoed. Kaisel descended from the sky, and atop him, bathed in seething dark aura, was Jin Wu. The monarch had arrived. Guruktaru stumbled back, trembling. Brace yourselves. But it was too late. Boom. The landing shook the earth. Smoke curled in every direction, and then a hand reached out from the haze, gently touching Jinna's head. You're safe now, Jin Wu said softly. Behind him, his aura surged like a tidal wave. Kaisel's wings unfurled, casting a monstrous silhouette over the battlefield. The chieftain's legs buckled. This wasn't just a hunter. This was death incarnate. Desperately, he tried to speak, but Jin Wu's eyes locked on him, burning with rage and dominance. Shut up and wait. The command hit like thunder. The battlefield fell silent.
Like the story? Smash that like, hit subscribe, and join the journey. Don't miss the next epic chapter. Until then, stay strong and keep chasing your destiny.